Hey guys, how are you? It's a Monday morning. It is time for the Daily Juice Podcast here on BettingPros.com. My name is Matt Peralt. We are always being brought to you by BetMGM. If you would like, you can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. I give you a bunch of updates on Twitter. That's my handle on the Discord channel. It's my handle on Instagram. It's my handle really anywhere where I need to have a handle. At Sports Talk Matt is my handle, and that's where I put on the running, every day. I give you a running tally of where the bets are and what the bets are doing, and hashtag Daily Juice. If you missed any part of the podcast or you missed any part of what's happening with the Daily Juice, hashtag Daily Juice is where you get that hashtag on Twitter to find out everything happening with this podcast as we head into another week, really, day 2 of another week. We start Sunday off with a 4-2 mark. Not bad. We get 2 player props correct. Kelly Oubre over his points. That was very good. Collins over his points for Atlanta. That was good as well. The Steph Curry-led Warriors got 2 big free throws late in the game that saved our bacon when it came to the over in that game. One of the times where betting overnight really benefited us, we got a much better number. We got 229. The game goes to 230. The closing number was 233, I believe, for that over. So the under comes in for anybody who bet the closing line. We bet one of the opening numbers, opened at 228.5. We got it at 229, and that goes over thanks to a late Steph Curry free throw. It was a monster sweat, but that was good to get that right. We did not get the Boston Bruins right. They lose 1-0 at Pittsburgh. That stunk. The under for the Dodgers went way over. I got the first 5 right, personally. I told you I was betting that personally, but I couldn't bet it for the podcast because first 5s aren't out, which is really frustrating, but is what it is. So then we got that under way wrong because it turned out to be a 15-run score in that game. And yeah, the bullpen for the Dodgers does not pitch well against the Padres, and the Padres get a huge win. That series, that rivalry is Red Sox-Yankees 2.0, and I can't get enough of it. I am glued to my TV set every time these teams play. You can tell they don't like each other. It is beautiful. I'm a Padres person because I'm a Red Sox person. The Dodgers and the Yankees, those are clearly the same. Padres and the Red Sox, very similar, right? You bring in players. David Ortiz was acquired, wasn't brought in through the Red Sox organization. Manny Machado, same thing, but the Red Sox had homegrown players like Fernando Tatis Jr., Red Sox had guys, Mookie Betts, Sniffle. We used to have guys like that wearing Red Sox uniforms, but I can't get enough of it. It's really, really a great rivalry. Coming on the heels of UFC 261, the Brooklyn Nets got a win for us as well. Kevin Durant didn't play for the first quarter, and I was getting very concerned. And then he played for the rest of the game, and they win the game by double digits, I believe. So they covered the 2.5-point number. So that was good. So a 4-2 day overall for us, but Bruins and that under for baseball. So 0-2, 0-1 in hockey, 0-1 in baseball, 2-0 in the NBA player props, and 2-0 for us in the NBA. So a 4-0 day in the NBA. Wow, that's kind of good. That might be a first, having a 4-0 day in the NBA. So we'll take it. All right, so today's Monday. So what happens today is the Discord bet. You guys on the Discord channel and bettingpros.com/chat to get into the Discord channel if you want to participate with this. We're at nearly 6,000 users on there. And I've kind of given a little public service announcement to anybody on the Discord channel. If you ever see anybody who's trying to get you to buy picks or do dumb stuff, or they're trying to post their own picks versus on a website or something, some junk, when you see it, DM me at Sports Talk Matt and show me. Okay, because this is a free service, but there's some real charlatans and jerks in the world that are going to try to rain on our parade and come in and muck up the gunks with their own garbage. And I have no time for it. We have admins. We're going to add more admins as we grow onto the Discord channel, but I'm not letting some, 2-bit tout come in and ruin what we're doing and make it a place that's not going to be fun and fair and exciting and open to everybody. And, well, if you like to buy picks, there are places for that to go buy picks. This is not the place for that. We are free. Free podcast, free Discord channel, free on YouTube, free 99 is what we will be for every single episode of the Daily Juice podcast. So just let me know on that if that's happening. I'm seeing it more and more, and the dummies actually DM me. I'm like, good job, dude. Goodbye. So I have to find them, and I'm not fully up to speed on how to use Discord entirely, but I think we're doing a pretty good job of kicking people out who are not supposed to be there on the Discord channel. So hopefully we continue to grow with the right people who are not there for the wrong reasons. Okay, no self-promotion, no links to nonsense, and no selling of picks. So we have got the Discord bet. I've got 3 other bets to give you. So let's just start right away here with the Discord bet. The New York Knickerbockers are on fire. Okay, let me just quickly run through here what the New York Knicks have been doing, because it's truly remarkable when you look at the Knicks and how they have played, and they have covered, I believe it's 12 straight times now, just to be clear, 12 straight times. So I'm not hating on this bet. They are at home, and they are catching 2 points from the from the Phoenix Suns. You guys have chosen to go money line here on the New York Knicks. The Knicks now are 39-21-1 to the number, and they have covered now, going back all the way to the 3rd of April. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's right, 12 straight times the Knicks have covered, okay? They have won 10 of those 12 games in which they have covered these spreads. You guys on the Discord, you're going to ride this against the Suns, who now have failed to cover in 5 of their last 6 games. Okay, now the Suns, one of the hottest teams in the NBA against the spread, 36-23-1, but over the last 10, they are 3-6-1 against the number, and over their last 5, they are 1-3-1 to the number. Knicks are 10-0, 5-0 obviously, and they've won 12 straight games against the number. It is quite remarkable. On top of that, against the number, the New York Knicks are 20-10-1. On the road, Phoenix isn't bad, 16-11-1, but they've lost now 2 games in a row outright to Boston and Brooklyn, and they beat the Philadelphia 76ers by 3, but they could have lost that game pretty easily on this road trip. So they're 1-2 on the road trip, 0-3 against the spread so far on this road trip, and the Knicks are catching 2 points at home. You guys have decided to put your 4-2 record for a half a unit here on the New York Knicks at plus 108 on the money line to beat the Phoenix Suns. That is play number 1. You can fade or follow your fellow listener, your fellow daily juicer, but that's their bet. That was a very unpopular bet, by the way. People were pretty angry about that. They didn't really like that. The Reds are coming in against the Dodgers. Dodgers run line was one other bet that we looked at, in the Winnipeg Jets up against, I forget who Winnipeg is playing. That was the other. Let's see, Winnipeg is playing the Oilers. That was the other bet that people were looking at, the 3 choices in the Discord channel, and the Knicks money line was the bet tonight for play number 1. Play number 2, I'm staying in the NBA, and I'm going to look at Denver and the Memphis Grizzlies. Okay, so Memphis is 30-28. They are 37-21 against the number. They are 17-12 on the road. At home, Denver is 18-11. Overall, against the spread, Denver is 28-32, but record is 39-21. Jokic is going to be the MVP, as we know. But these 2 teams have played 2 times before. First game, Nuggets win on the road 103-102. Second game in Denver, 139-137. The Memphis Grizzlies are 18-12 on the road, like I mentioned. They're coming off of a 130-128 win over the Portland Trail Blazers. They lost their 2 previous games, but one of those was to the Denver Nuggets at Denver. So now Memphis is going back, one of these weird scheduling quirks. They're going back to take on the Denver Nuggets. You know, Valanciunas is a guy who can go up against Jokic, okay? They can body each other. I think with Jamal Murray being out of this game, I think Ja Morant can have a really big night here. I got 4.5 for Memphis. Minus 110, Memphis plus 4.5. I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies here. I think this Memphis team, they could win this game outright, and I think this is going to be fun to watch. Memphis, as I mentioned, is 38-21 against the spread. Okay, Denver is 28-32. On the road, Memphis is 20-10 against the number. At home, Denver has a losing record against the spread at home. They're 13-18. In the last 10 games, Denver is 3-7 to the number. Over the last 5, they're 1-4. Last 5, 4-1 against the spread for Memphis. Last 10, 7-3 for the Memphis Grizzlies. All these numbers are pointing, plus the Murray injury, all these numbers are pointing towards taking the dog here. Denver very well might win this game, okay? But Denver has not been covering. They've been winning, but they haven't been covering. And sure, they have the MVP in Nikola Jokic, and I'm not going to knock the guy. He could have a huge game today. But I like Memphis here to keep this game close. Plus 4.5. We're taking the Memphis Grizzlies at plus 4.5. Back to baseball for a second. Dodgers and the Reds. So the Reds are the best team in Major League Baseball to the overs to start the year. They're 14-6-1 to the over. The Dodgers 8-13 to the over, but their last 2 games against San Diego went over because of their bullpen. 6-1, 5-4. Okay, actually, the last 3 games went over. 6-1, 5-4, 8-7. Sorry, this is not updated for tonight's game, so I apologize for that. But last 3 games for us. The record is 9-13 for the Dodgers. The Reds come in here and pitching matchup wise, okay, the number is 7.5. Here's the thing. I'm expecting some positive regression here for the Dodgers. They left 18 men on base last night against the Padres. 18. They had the bases loaded 4 times and didn't score on any of them. And they lost the game 8-7. They were up 7-1, and they could not blow the game open. And it burned them because the Dodgers bullpen collapsed, and here came those bats for the Padres. And now, to me, this number of 7.5, I think Cincinnati's good for a couple of runs, 1 or 2, but I think the Dodgers will get some positive regression against a team, not the Padres. And even though that bullpen for the Reds can be good at times, I'm taking an over 7.5 play here for the Dodgers to put some runs up, get some aggression out, and be happy to play somebody not named the San Diego Padres. And I think this is a tough spot for Cincinnati to walk in here after a late game, extra inning game. You might say, well, Matt, the Dodgers might be tired. Yeah, it's a late game. If this was a day game after the night game, I would say that's a problem. I probably wouldn't play the over here. But it's only 7.5. And I know you got a couple of decent pitchers going here, but I think once you get into the bullpens, there's a good chance that we get some runs put up here. I'm going over 7.5 at at plus 106 is what I got that. Over 7.5 plus 106 for the Dodgers, and the Reds over 7.5 here for baseball. And one hockey play to jump in on for a half a unit. The Canadiens are at the Calgary Flames. So this is the 7th game of this set between these two teams, and it looks like this might be the last time these teams are playing. But the home team has been pretty good here. The Flames won 5-2 at home, 4-2 at home the last 2 times these two teams have played. Canadiens won 2-1 at home, but before that, the Flames on the road beat the Canadiens 4-1. Flames won 3-1 at home. This game is back at home. The Flames have not lost at home yet to the Montreal Canadiens. And I understand that in terms of goaltending and where people are, I mean, Carey Price being out is a significant blow to this Montreal Canadiens team. And they're 20-17-9. They're 10-7-7 on the road. Calgary is 12-10-1 at home, but just some of the numbers, the Flames are 5-2 over their last 7 games. They are head-to-head. The home team is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Canadiens are 0-4 in the last 4 games in Calgary, and they're 1-6 in the last 7 games overall against the Calgary Flames. And I just think this Calgary team is going to be able to beat a Montreal team that really has not played well on the road. They're 1-5 in their last 6 as a road underdog. And without Carey Price, Montreal just has kind of fallen apart. They haven't looked like themselves. A team I liked Montreal going into the year because of Carey Price, and it just hasn't really clicked for them. So I got it at minus 115 here in Vegas. Calgary, minus 115 on the money line to beat the Montreal Canadiens. Just win the game. Nothing special. Just go ahead and come up and win the game here. Don't go too crazy. Last 2 games, like I mentioned, 5-2, 4-2 wins. You can take the puck line if you want, but I'm just not going to play around with that. I got a decent price at minus 115 to take the Calgary Flames to win this game outright against the Montreal Canadiens. So, 4 plays, 3 are mine, 1 are yours. 2 units in play, still doing half units, sorry, until we get full crowds back. Can't go anymore. That's what UFC 261 was like. That was a full crowd. That's where we broke out that 1 unit bet. But 4-2 yesterday. Let's keep it going again. I had a request for a Major League Baseball player prop today, so I will try to give you that in the Discord channel. I'll try to give you 1 Major League Baseball player prop, but we've done pretty well. We're getting warm again for the NBA props. Let me give you an update as to where we are numbers-wise with our NBA player props. We're starting to see some benefits by betting those again. And let's see, what did we do yesterday? We didn't bet those yesterday, I guess. Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? I thought we bet those yesterday. We don't have a record of those. I got to check that. I'm pretty confident that we did bet player props yesterday, but we had we went 2-0 yesterday. I think we went 1-1, but I think this is going to be a little bit off from a player prop perspective. But it's 38. We're now 40-21, so we're back over being up 3 units, back over 65% hitting on it after last night. So we're back into a pretty good spot there for us. Our NBA numbers continue to be pretty good now. We go to 30-24 on the year for NBA picks, get us back over 2 units. So that's good as well. So we'll look to keep rolling here. Hopefully get some better numbers with baseball. We had another loss in baseball last night, which drops us to 5-14 on baseball. So maybe you bet the under on the Reds and the Dodgers, given where I've been. But to recap our 4 plays, we will have an NBA prop and a Major League Baseball player prop in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat, or on YouTube. The link's right below me here to click to get into the Discord channel. Knicks money line plus 108, Memphis plus 4.5, Dodgers over 7.5 against the Reds at plus 106, and the Flames at minus 115 on the money line against the Montreal Canadiens. Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast right here on bettingpros.com, brought to you by BetMGM.